The story in Exodus 4 verses 24 to 26 is one of the least understood and most dramatic moments in the Bible. Let's unpack it.
On his way to Egypt, Moses has a life-threatening encounter with God, even though he's eager to lead the Israelites out of slavery. He has neglected an important part of God's covenant, circumcising his son. At a place where they stop for the night, God confronts Moses and is ready to kill him for this disobedience. In a sudden and bold move, Moses' wife, Zipporah, steps in. She circumcises their son herself and touches the foreskin to Moses' feet, calling him a bridegroom of blood. Her actions serve as a powerful act of obedience to the covenant, and through this, God spares Moses' life. This intense moment underscores how seriously God takes covenant commitments and how obedience can restore someone's relationship with him. This passage from Exodus 4:24-26 teaches several important spiritual and practical lessons that still resonate today. Here's a reflection in clear, relatable terms. We learn that obedience to God matters deeply, even in things that may seem small or easy to overlook. Moses had been called to do something great, yet he had not fully honored God's covenant by circumcising his son. This shows us that no matter how significant our calling or mission may be, we can't ignore the responsibilities God has already given us. Faithfulness in the little things is just as important as bold steps of leadership. We also see the power of someone else's obedience. Zipporah's quick, decisive action saved her husband's life. Her willingness to step in and do what was right, even though it was painful and messy, became the turning point. This reminds us that obedience often requires courage, sacrifice, and humility, and that God honors those who act in faith even when the situation is uncomfortable. Applying this today means examining our lives for areas where we may be neglecting what God has already asked of us, whether it's a relationship, a promise, or a spiritual discipline. It also encourages us not to delay obedience, because delayed obedience can lead to serious consequences. And like Zipporah, we can be used by God to stand in the gap for others when they falter, helping restore and protect what God has planned for them. In short, this passage reminds us that full obedience matters, that spiritual commitments are serious, and that faith-filled action, even from unlikely people, can have life-saving impact.